The host aimed to illustrate a point using Stallone as a reference. Instead, he stood as a vivid example of why the everyday person has grown disillusioned with the mainstream media. The studio lights blazed with an intensity that made everyone sweat. Yet, Sylvester Stallone remained unperturbed. He settled into the chair, his shoulders at ease, and his legs splayed as though awaiting an unfolding moment. Several members of the audience were poised to capture the moment, their whispers filled with eager anticipation. A sense of anticipation hung in the air, as they knew that something significant was about to unfold. He found himself opposite Ethan Caldwell, a television host known for his impeccably tailored attire and forward-thinking views, along with a penchant for those unexpected, revealing moments. He leaned forward, a self-satisfied smile creeping onto his lips. He had engaged in conversations with politicians, activists, and Hollywood elites, skillfully leading them to stumble in their responses. But what of Stallone? That was uncharted ground. Ethan started to weave his words, each syllable polished and precise, as he engaged Mr. Stallone. You have long stood as a symbol of American resilience, yet do you think this brand of masculinity has become outdated? In today's world, don't you think we ought to reshape our understanding of strength to be more embracing everyone? A handful of listeners let out soft laughter, while some others responded with knowing nods. Ethan's supporters, who believed he would weave a captivating web of dialogue around his visitors. Stallone's eyes fluttering in a moment of surprise. A slow, intentional blink, as if savoring the moment. With his elbows propped on his knees, he leaned in, releasing a slow breath through his nostrils. Do you think I truly believe that strength is a flaw? Ethan's lips curved into a smile. The time has arrived when the notion of men needing to fight their way through challenges is no longer relevant. Do you think the world has moved past such outdated notions? A stillness that stretches on, making people shift uneasily in their chairs. Stallone ran his fingers along his jawline, a thoughtful gesture that hinted at the weight of his thoughts. He then erupted with laughter, a rich, hearty belly laugh that resonated deeply, far beyond a mere polite chuckle. Is this truly happening? At long last, he spoke. Do you think that resilience poses a challenge? Ethan carefully straightened his tie, a small gesture that spoke volumes about his attention to detail. Indeed, it can be quite harmful when it stifles the openness of the heart. Stallone nodded with a measured pace, his mind clearly weaving through the threads of the information presented to him. He settled into his chair, stretching his arms leisurely across the back, as if inviting the world to listen to his tale. May I pose a question to you? He inquired, his tone measured and thoughtful. In the quiet of the night, when shadows loom and uncertainty creeps in, would you find solace in the presence of a formidable protector, ready to confront the chaos? Or would you seek the comfort of a gentle soul, eager to share and explore the depths of their feelings? Soft gasps and scattered applause echoed through the audience. Stallone was still in the midst of his tale when Ethan interjected. Notice that true strength is not measured by the force of a punch or the volume of a shout. It is about holding steady and graceful even when challenges arise. It revolves around protecting your loved ones. The essence lies in toil, reverence, and unwavering commitment. He shook his head as if to say that the world still needs that very thing. Thus, I find myself in the dark regarding the world you inhabit, good sir. Ethan stifled a laugh, yet a fleeting hesitation flickered in his eyes. He had not foreseen Stallone's swift reaction, yet he was determined not to yield so easily. Very well, Ethan remarked, shifting in his seat with a thoughtful air. Yet, can you truly deny that Hollywood and, to be frank, your own films have depicted violence as the only answer to problems? Stallone moved forward with unwavering resolve. Hollywood casts a dazzling light on a plethora of items, elevating them to a realm of glory. Have you ever seen a film where a hero saves the world through the power of paperwork? Joyful echoes of mirth. This moment, true joy. Even a handful of Ethan's crew members wore smiles on their faces. Yet, Ethan's tale was far from over. He still possessed a wealth of strategies waiting to be unveiled. Yet, Stallone was just beginning to find his rhythm. Ethan carefully rearranged the stack of cue cards resting on his lap, searching for the perfect counterpunch, while he straightened his posture with purpose. He skillfully guided his visitors along a winding path, ensuring they encountered obstacles while deftly managing the rhythm of their journey. Yet, Stallone remained unyielding. Ethan perused his notes. Now, let us delve into the topic of influence. Your career has been built on embodying characters that are formidable, unwavering, and who tackle challenges with sheer strength or weaponry. Have you ever pondered the meaning it imparts? Isn't there a compelling urge within you to champion a more progressive kind of hero? Stallone's grin emerged as he skillfully highlighted the unfolding journey of the narrative, guiding the audience with a clear sense of its trajectory. He rose, broadening his shoulders like a fighter gearing up for the next bout. With a calm and unwavering voice, Stallone proclaimed, "I am a filmmaker. Films lack true authenticity. Have you heard about this?" He arched his eyebrow, a silent question hanging in the air. "Well, the last time I looked, I certainly didn't step into the ring for 15 rounds with Apollo Creed, dismantle an entire army armed with just a red bandana and a knife, or sprint up those iconic steps in Philly to heroically solve everyone's dilemma." While a handful of listeners found amusement, Ethan held steady, unshaken by the laughter around him. Indeed, but films weave a profound tapestry that influences the very fabric of society. As children journey through their formative years, they often find themselves captivated by the tales of Rambo and Rocky. Isn't it essential that we showcase champions who tackle problems through peaceful means rather than violence? Stallone let out a deep breath, his nostrils flaring as he released the tension within. Have you ever experienced the journey of Rocky? With a gentle shake of his head, he conveyed his thoughts without uttering a single word. The film unfolds a journey of resilience, illustrating the quest to rise anew when destiny delivers its harsh blows. It was never about laying hands on others. It was a tale woven with heart and unwavering determination. And Rambo? He shook his head, a gesture steeped in unspoken tales. The person in this tale was simply striving to safeguard his solitude. If only people had allowed him to wander through the city and behave as he wished, none of this would have come to pass. This time, the audience erupted in applause, their appreciation ringing out with a touch more fervor. Ethan's jaw was set tight. He sensed that the situation was unfolding differently than he had envisioned, so he leaned in closer and spoke with a softer, more personal tone. He responded, "That works for me. Yet, let us delve into the realm of reality. Come, let us weave a tale about the United States." In this moment, we find ourselves amidst a profound exploration as individuals delve into the very essence of what it means to be masculine and the true nature of toughness. Furthermore, there are those who might argue that your view of strength, grounded in the conventional belief of concealing vulnerability, plays a role in the problem at hand. It cultivates greater discord than harmony. How do you feel about that? Stallone allowed the question to linger in the air, unanswered. His eyes locked onto Ethan, fingertips dancing lightly on the armrest. "Have you ever crossed paths with a firefighter?" he asked. Ethan's eyes flutter open. "I offer my sincerest apologies. A soldier, a guardian of the law, and a brave rescuer. Indeed, a dedicated mother tirelessly juggling 2 jobs to put food on the table. Have you ever engaged in dialogue with those individuals? Do you think their challenge lies in their resilience?" Stallone gently shook his head, a subtle gesture that spoke volumes. "Indeed not, sir. The cosmos thrives on their unwavering strength. Resilience is not the concern. It seems that many view strength as something undesirable, as though it were fraught with danger. In the grand tapestry of life, my friend, weakness does not weave a thread of virtue. Harnessed power? That is what weaves a protective tapestry around individuals." A man in the shadows let out a low-pitched whistle, a sound that lingered in the air. A shift had swept through the chamber, altering its very essence. Ethan found himself adrift, grappling with the threads of his own existence slipping through his fingers. Yet, what if we consider? With a swift motion, Stallone lifted his hand. Not in a confrontational way, sufficient to suggest that he had not yet reached his final form. "Do you wish to delve into the heart of the matter?" With a sudden burst of energy, Stallone propelled himself ahead. "It is not a question of strength. Individuals who regard resilience as an adversary while living in a realm built and protected by formidable characters. In your refined attire, you sit before me, striving to enlighten me on what has become outdated by presenting me with rehearsed inquiries. Gather round, for I have a tale to share with you. Should the world ever spiral into chaos, should darkness descend, you will find great comfort in knowing that there are still souls like mine wandering through the shadows. Stillness. Ethan consumed. He crafted yet another question, a fresh endeavor to reclaim his grasp on the situation. Yet, the listeners had transformed. They had ceased to share his enthusiasm. They were eagerly awaiting Stallone's next words. Furthermore, what can be said about Stallone? He was steadfast, unwilling to yield in the slightest. Ethan shifted in his seat, a subtle movement that hinted at the anticipation brewing within him. He sensed the vitality in the room slipping through his fingers. The journey was not unfolding as expected. Stallone was making a choice with purpose. He remained calm and composed, articulating his thoughts with clarity. The room now belonged to him. The audience was fully engaged, their attention captivated. He found himself buoyed by their unwavering support. Ethan endeavored to seize the reins once more, his lips curving into a practiced smile. "Your voice resonates." "I do," he replied, his voice steady and deliberate. "Yet, let us speak frankly. There exists a fine line between embracing resilience and stubbornly refusing to change. Many would contend that your viewpoint, rooted in tradition, stands as a barrier to societal advancement. Is it not time for us to move forward?" With a steady breath, Stallone's eyes held a fierce intensity, unyielding and focused. He could choose to reply with a clever quip or a witty retort. Yet, there was a shift in his demeanor, transforming into something more contemplative and poised. "Have you ever witnessed the grand spectacle of a structure meeting its end?" he asked with curiosity. Ethan blinks, his eyes momentarily wide, as if awakening from a dream. "What seems to be the trouble?" "A grand dismantling." "Have you ever witnessed one?" The host contemplated deeply. "Well, I suppose that's the case." Stallone nodded in agreement. "What is needed for this journey? Just a moment to bring it down? With a handful of charges, a simple press of a button, and then bang. It has disappeared into the ether." He brought his hands together tightly. "Yet, have you ever witnessed the art of its creation unfold before your eyes?" Ethan chose to remain silent. Stallone continued, "That requires years." The men toiled tirelessly, day and night, crafting the foundation with unwavering dedication, brick by brick and steel by steel. The ones holding the detonators have grown indifferent to this matter. They overlook the toil, the sweat, and the sacrifices of those who put everything on the line to bring it to life. They are simply eager to observe its downfall. The audience hung on every word. No one moved from their place. "You claim to be progressing," Stallone responded. "Yet, where shall they find their new home?" Sometimes, the path we must take is not a straight line ahead. At times, people become so captivated by the journey of transformation that they overlook the havoc they may be wreaking along the way. They fail to ponder if the object they are casting aside holds any value worth saving. Ethan wet his lips, a subtle gesture that hinted at the unfolding tale ahead. The heaviness of the moment enveloped him. He envisioned a straightforward conquest in this interview, a celebrity poised to falter under pressure, a figure who could be diminished to a mere caricature. Yet, Stallone was revealing his mistake. To make matters even more dire, the audience was fully aware of it. "Very well," Ethan remarked, stifling a laugh. "That is a fascinating perspective, yet let us ground ourselves in reality. Once upon a time, society embarked on a remarkable journey of transformation. We have moved beyond the world that existed when you brought Rocky to life. People are now more aware. We are embarking on a profound exploration of the intricate tapestry of systemic issues and the dynamics of gender roles." Delving into the depths of thought, Stallone paused, raising an eyebrow in intrigue. "Is it merely a question of critique?" The crowd burst into applause. Some souls cheered with delight, others gasped in astonishment, and even Ethan's own camera crew shared knowing looks. This had transformed into something far beyond a simple interview. Once upon a time, there existed a clash. Ethan sought to gather himself, lifting his hands in a gesture of calm. He wove his words through the clamor. All right, he replied. Thus, I wish to present this question for your consideration. What do you think causes so many people to shy away from embracing strength and resilience, despite their importance? What accounts for the common belief that it is outdated? Stallone let the question hang in the air for a heartbeat, then leaned closer, his voice dropping to a hushed, secretive tone. Because those who are vulnerable often prefer not to be reminded of their own fragility. The crowd burst forth in a wave of excitement. A few souls stood from their chairs, their hands coming together in a chorus of applause. In awe, the others stayed in their seats. When Ethan parted his lips, silence hung in the air, as if the very words he sought to speak had vanished into the ether. Before settling in, Stallone allowed the audience's response to fade away. Behold, he declared, I am not suggesting that everyone should take on the role of an action hero. It is my belief that life will unfold with unforeseen trials, no matter what one might wish for. And when that moment arrives, the world will remain indifferent to your feelings. A solitary question shall be presented. Will you withstand the strike and forge ahead on your journey? Ethan held his tongue, offering no words, no clever retorts, and no responses. Yet, a far more remarkable occurrence was unfolding beyond the confines of that studio. The world shifted the moment that scene flickered to life on the internet. The cameras ceased their relentless gaze, and Ethan fought to keep his composure, his professional facade wavering as the interview drew to a close. But what of Stallone? With a confident stance, he broadened his shoulders and offered a wave to the audience, gracefully exiting the stage without a hitch. Behind the scenes, a wave of panic swept through the producers. The earpiece of Ethan crackled with the chaotic symphony of frantic voices. That did not unfold as expected. It has already found a warm welcome among the realms of social media. Prior to sharing it online, remove any content that may spark controversy. Alas, the moment had passed. An individual from the live audience had shared some clips. In mere moments, the digital realm was consumed by a raging inferno. Stallone delivers a powerful blow to a television presenter with his physique. Sylvester Stallone takes on the awakened media in a riveting live debate. This is why we still seek out authentic souls like Stallone. The video spread rapidly, weaving its way through Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, captivating audiences everywhere. People crafted reaction parodies, employed slow-motion replays, and infused dramatic background music to enhance the most unforgettable moments. The footage soared to the pinnacle of the trending list in mere hours. Furthermore, what can be said about the comments? A scene of conflict and valor. Though I don't typically have a fondness for Stallone's films, this one was truly remarkable. He conveyed a feeling that has lingered in the minds of many, yet remained unspoken due to a sense of hesitation. Notice how Stallone turned the tables, leaving the host empty-handed. Classic. Of course, the response was swift and inevitable. A once glamorous figure, now caught in the relentless grip of time, unable to break free from the shadows of their former glory. A striking embodiment of toxic masculinity. Can we not continue the charade that this person possesses intellectual prowess? In the midst of chaos, Ethan's network found itself grappling with the urgent need to contain the unfolding crisis. A carefully woven statement emerged, illuminating how the spark of meaningful conversations often ignites from the clash of differing opinions. Ethan took to Twitter to share his thoughts on the significance of engaging in constructive debate. I deeply respect Mr. Stallone's views, even if I don't always share them. It is essential for us to engage in respectful and thoughtful conversation. Yet, there was a notable absence of concern among the crowd. The verdict of the digital realm had been cast, proclaiming the champion. During this time, Stallone refrained from sharing any new material. There shall be no declarations to the press or messages shared on social media. He continued on his daily path, untroubled by the world around him. He stood apart, unburdened by the need to validate himself, unlike those caught up in the fray of debates in the comment sections. Yet, as the dust settled, a far more profound question began to weave its way through the air. Could this be just a fleeting moment of viral fame? Or had Stalin revealed a deeper layer of modern media? The recording lingered on, an unyielding echo that would not fade away. It was everywhere. In the early hours, various programs, podcasts, and news segments delved into the importance of the event. Some called it a moment of awakening. Some described it as a contrived dispute. Yet, one truth stood clear. Stallone was but one thread in the rich tapestry of discussion. They found themselves deep in conversation about a matter of great importance. One viewpoint suggested that Stallone had unveiled the contradictions of modern media. How moderators such as Ethan were eager to promote their agenda, yet they yielded when faced with opposition. They expect that celebrities will merely nod in consensus, yet they grow uneasy when someone dares to voice their own thoughts. On the other hand, some critics argued that Stallone was just another affluent actor clinging to outdated notions. Residing in a grand estate naturally inspires one to champion resilience. But then, a captivating event unfolded. Brave souls, dedicated protectors, seasoned warriors, hardworking hands, skilled builders, and resilient caregivers. Those who truly understood the essence of toughness in the world around them began to share their voices. A former Marine's captivating Facebook post captured the attention of many and spread like wildfire. Stallone grasps the idea. Bullying does not embody true strength. It is a tale of standing tall when life attempts to bring you low. We need more of that. A mother from Oklahoma shared a captivating video. I took on the journey of raising 3 sons all on my own. Had I not been steadfast, they would have gone without nourishment. Kindly avoid suggesting that strength is harmful. A serene clip featuring a wise elderly gentleman at a gas station captured the hearts of many and spread like wildfire across the internet. As he watched the interview unfold on his phone, a slow shake of his head revealed his disapproval. These children remain blissfully ignorant of the deeper realities of struggle. They seem to believe that existence revolves around indulging in trivial conversations on the screen. Stallone, you say? He understands the truths of life. During this time, Ethan chose to remain quiet. The network endeavored to weave other tales to shift the focus, yet this approach fell flat. With each effort to move forward, the same question echoed, asked time and again. What accounts for the greater common sense of a Hollywood actor compared to that of a professional journalist? And that was the moment when the true conversation began. The focus should not be on Stallone or the interview. Rather, it lies in the broader context that surrounds the matter at hand. Could it be that modern society has indeed grown more passive? Were people so fearful of true strength that they wished to pretend it was not needed? Did the media truly shape the fabric of culture, or was it simply a tool for steering it? These had transformed into compelling narratives that resonated deeply. Gathered around the supper table, they shared their tales and musings. People were active participants in the unfolding narrative. They were on the brink of awakening. Furthermore, what of Stallone? Even now, silence enveloped him, his lips sealed tight, holding back the tales that danced just beyond his reach. After a week of silence, Stallone finally found his voice. Neither via a press release, nor on social media. In the heart of a humble gym in San Diego, California, a casual interview unfolds. A local reporter sought to unravel the widespread incident, bracing for a response that might quell the unfolding narrative. Instead, Stallone brushed the sweat from his brow, took a sip from his water bottle, and gave a slow shake of his head. Listen, I wasn't trying to make any argument here. I was just being honest. The journalist applied pressure. But did you foresee the scale of the reaction? Stallone chuckled heartily. I have been here for quite a while now. People often find themselves in a state of wonder when the truth is revealed to them. Behold, the present tapestry of the cosmos unfolds before us. His reply resonated deeper than any grand oration, all because of its straightforwardness. No elaborate proclamation. Celebrations of triumph are not allowed. One person, driven by his beliefs, took action and moved forward. Yet, what truly is the authentic impact? That was still unfolding. Ethan Caldwell's program saw a dip in its ratings. He felt the subtle nudges from his circle to shift into different areas, steering clear of the spotlight of high-profile interviews. He had not been let go, yet he was no longer the same ascending star. In that very moment, an unexpected twist unfolded. As the world turned its gaze back to Stallone, Audiences found themselves diving into his old interviews, speeches, and films, uncovering new layers and insights with each viewing. Fragments of Rocky Balboa's legendary monologue have been unearthed once more. The impact of your strike is inconsequential. The inquiry before us revolves around how much one can withstand a powerful strike and still forge ahead. It found its way into discussions about true strength, resilience, and grit. In the real world, outside the realm of digital discussions, a transformation took place. Young men started to flock to boxing gyms, channeling their energy into intense training. Parents shared tales of the significance of nurturing discipline in their children, rather than fostering a sense of entitlement. Workers noticed a newfound sense of stature, embracing challenges with resilience instead of succumbing to complaints. It was not Stallone's directive that guided their actions. Instead, they discerned the difference between true strength and mere showmanship. In the end, this was more than just one interview. The tale was not one of Stallone pitted against Ethan Caldwell. In a realm where the essence of courage had faded into obscurity, there existed one solitary figure who stood as a beacon of resilience, rekindling the spirit of strength in the hearts of many. As you arrive at this juncture, take a moment to reflect on the kind of resilience that holds the most significance for you. Is it the kind that crumbles under scrutiny, or the kind that holds firm when the moment is most crucial? In the end, true resilience transcends mere physical might. In the quiet moments, when the world falls silent and eyes are absent, do you find yourself in agreement with the tales you've encountered? Kindly subscribe to embark on a journey filled with captivating tales that will ignite your imagination. For in a world filled with noise, the essence of truth holds great importance.